Good morning, everybody, and today I'm going to explain the theory of stupidity. Stupidity, the moral values of the human beings. Stupidity is stupidity. We are talking about the stupidity today. The theory of stupidity. Bohenfer is a German scientist and theorist, and he's a theologist as well as he's a you can say he's a philosopher, right? And taken from the circular letters uh, addressing these topics. Actually, he's a very, he's a master, right? So taken from the circular letter addressing in many topics written of three friends and three idiots and co-workers in the conspiracy against Hitler, the 10th anniversary of Hitler's accessions in the chancellorship of the Germany. Stupidity is a more dangerous enemy of the good than a malice in the malice, right? Actually, one may protest against evil, so it can be actually it can be exposed, right? It can be exposed, and it need to be prevented by use of the force, right? What has happened in Second World War. And the evil always carries within itself the germ and the Germans of its own subversions. In that it leaves behind the human beings at least sense of unease against the stupidity. We are defenseless. Neither protest nor the use of force accomplished anything here. Reasons fall off the deaf ears. Like we are deaf. Some people like a deaf. In Sri Lanka also it happens like a deafness. We are defenseless. And fact of contradiction, one's prejudgment simply need not to be believed, right? So in such moments, the stupid person even becomes critical, and when facts are irrefutable, they are just pushed aside of inconsequential and incidental, right? As incidental in all these facts. The stupid person, right? It's a stupid person, and contrast of this malicious one and utterly self-satisfied and being easily irritated. You are being irritated when you are in a stupid situation, right? The stupid people. You cannot talk with the stupid people. You cannot work with the stupid people. You cannot live with the stupid people. Better to, if a man married a stupid woman, he must either obey her or maybe divorce her. This is the fact, right? So in contrast, right, the irritated become dangerous by going on the attack in every way to the humans, right? Sometimes entire country destroyed because of this stupidity. For that reason, greater caution is called for than within a malicious one. Never again will we try to pursue the stupid person with reasons, for it is senseless and dangerous. If we want to know how to get the better stupidity, we must seek an understanding of its nature, right? You should get its nature. Without understanding its nature, you cannot go through only that. Most importantly, find out the nature. Okay, the greater cautions, and never will try, and never again will be try to pursue the stupid person with the reasons and for senseless and dangerous. So we must in much certain, right? In much certain that it is an essence, not an intellectual defeat, but the human one. So we have to be very stupidity. I was laughing at myself when we were talking about the stupidity, and there are human beings who are of remarkably agile intellect yet stupid, and others who are intellectually quite dull yet anything but stupid, right? We discover this to our surprise and our daily life and our country, our society, our workplace, and particularly every situation, right? There are stupid people, and impression once one gains is not so much that stupidity is cognitional defeat, but that under certain circumstances people are made stupid, or that they allow this to happen to them, right? We note further that people who have isolated themselves from others, or who live in like a you can say solitude manifest, and that defect less frequently than individuals, or the groups of people. You can see a group of people, right? And the group of people inclined, or you can say condemned, and social ability, and so that it would seems to that stupidity is perhaps the less psychological than a sociological problem, right? And it is a particular from great impact from the impact of the historical circumstances in the human beings, and psychological concomitant, right? So this actually of certain external conditions. Upon closer, actually, the observations, if you observe carefully, it becomes apparent that every strong uprise also upsurge of the power of the public sphere, be of political or a religious nature, infects a large part of humankind with the stupidity, right? It would even seems that it is virtually sociological and psychological law, right? The power of the one needs the stupidity of the other, right? The process of work, actually, if you see the process of work here is not that particular human capacities. For instance, right, the intellect suddenly atrophy or fade. So instead, it seems that under the overwhelming impact of the rising power, like Hitler, Mussolini, and Sri Lanka, our former President Rajapaksa, and humans are deprived of their inner independence, right? That is more important. You cannot enjoy your inner independence under the stupidity of this kind of situations, right? So, and more or less consciously give up establishing an autonomous position towards the emerging circumstances, right? In fact, that the stupid person is often stubborn and must not behind us to the fact that he is not independent, right? In conversation with him, one virtually feels that one is dealing not all within a person, but with slogans, right? And slogans and catchwords and the like, and that have taken possession of him, and he is under the spell and blinded and misused, always abused in very weak, in his very weak, right? Having thus become mindless tool, the stupid person will also be capable of any evil, and at the same time incapable of seeing that he is evil. This is something which is very unique. Okay, so this is where the danger of the diabolical misuse lurks. For it is this that can once and for all destroy human beings, once and all to destroy the human beings. Yet this is very point it becomes quite clear that one can act of liberation and not instructions, and can overcome stupidity, right? Here we must come to terms with the facts that the most cases genuine internal liberation becomes possible only the external liberation has proceeded. Until then, we must abandon all attempts to conceive the stupid person. And this state of affairs explain why in such circumstances our attempts to know that what the people really think are vain and shy. And under the circumstances, this question is so irrelevant for the person who is thinking that acting responsibility, right? Acting responsibility. You should act responsibly. And if you think about the word of Bible, that the fear of God is something beginning of the wisdom of declared that the internal liberation of the human beings and live the responsible life for God, right? Is only genuine way to overcome the stupidity. Depends on. But these things, these thoughts and these concepts about the stupidity also offer consolation, right? Consolation in that they utterly forbid us to consider the morality and also the majority of the people to be stupid in every circumstances. It really will depend on whether those in power expect more from the people's stupidity than from their inner independence wisdom, right? So in 1970s, Carlo Capilla, a social psychologist, developed 5 laws of stupidity, and the term of he said these was not a description, intellectual authority, but it's a social responsibility. It's a stupidity person, or a stupid person is a person who causes losses to another person, himself, and a group of persons, while driving no gain himself and possibly increasing losses. The cases in which someone takes an action by which both the parties gain and was deemed intelligent. Stupidity is independent of any other characteristics of a person, whether nationality, ethnicity, sex, economic status, or even the education. Right? The frequency that we have given to the group of independent of the size of the group, despite the size of the group, these two indicates actually social phenomena, actually spontaneously mob mentality. So Capitala wants that we will always underestimate how many there are in the group, right? So this is very, very important. I hope you enjoy this video. Bye bye. See you another great video about the stupidity we will talk about.